Well, I guess we should just start doing it. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but we have double check, make sure everything is in order. And we're going to use, or I'm going to use a lot of glue because that's going to help seal the voids. Oh, one thing I didn't mention really quickly, now where we drilled through these deals, there were some goober sticking up where the wood kind of broke out. So I took a little chisel and every one of those, I scraped those to make sure that as I push that rod through, something doesn't like fall out between and then prevent the board from squeezing tight. So you might want to definitely take a moment to do that. So for the glue, I don't have any sort of fancy applicator or anything. I'll just have to try to do the best I can. I've got a 4-inch putty knife, and so what the plan is to just pour it on there. And it's going to make a mess, but I have to, speed is really important here because it will set up. But if I use a lot of glue, it'll have a tendency, I think, to stay wet a little bit longer. But that's all the glue I have, so I don't want to run out either. But the thinner you spread it, definitely the quicker it dries. But we want to cover, yeah, I'm not quite putting enough on there. A gallon's going to be, I'm going to have to be careful and not go too crazy and run out before we're done. Okay. Let's see, I got to make sure my numbers, where are my numbers at? Numbers on the back side. Okay. Well, I'm just going to have to glue one side. I don't think I'll have time to do both, to be honest with you guys. So here's what I'll do. What am I going to do here? Goodness, this is going to be tricky. Put it up on edge. I'll just have to keep this handy and just kind of keep these going here. All right. A little dry right there. Where's my hammer? I'm supposed to have everything ready. Now I can't find my hammer. I'm not going to worry about the, oh no. Oh no, I think I cut my awl thread too short. Did I cut my awl thread? No, I'm good. Scared me there. I thought we were going to lose a piece. I would have taken that last board off and redone it, did it later. clamps would be better, but I have the clamps to do this, but I know that not everyone's going to have those, and so I want to see if we can do it with just what we have. Okay, the die is cast. That is one crazy, stressful process. I'd probably get a buddy to help you, just to hand you stuff in case you get in trouble. I think we're okay. One thing I was able to do is I took that, I started to tighten that awl thread up a little bit, just where it was starting to squeeze a little bit, and then I could see boards that were sitting up proud or a little bit low, and I was able to tap them and manipulate them and move them around a little bit, and that's going to be a whole lot less planing. So, so that's, I think it worked out pretty good though. I didn't use as much glue at the beginning as I did towards the end because I was afraid of running out, but a gallon will pretty well do it if you just cover it. You know, of course, a lot of it's on the ground, but I don't know if that could be helped because you got to move so quickly. But I think it looks good. I tightened those things until I was listening, and I just tightened them until I just heard the wood start to crack a little bit. There's no point of over tightening. You're just going to blow out those end boards and you're going to be in trouble. So while that glue is wet, let's take some, let's get it all off of there as much as possible with a wet rag and a bucket. And there'll be a lot less to clean up and to plane when it dries. But I think we look good, guys. I think that's gonna be the best one yet. Let's see if this works better. Yeah. That's probably enough water on there. A lot easier to clean off now than it is later. Now, one issue we could have is that it might glue itself to I should have put paper down on the sawhorses. I didn't think about that. It can glue itself to the sawhorses. So I think what we'll do is we'll throw a couple 2x4s down on end. Got some 1x here. Might help a little bit, space it up off of that. Off all that glue that dripped down on that sawhorse. That's one heavy countertop. All right, guys, I think we got it. Boy, that's gonna be one nice countertop. We earned it though. Whew. Let's take a look at our work here. That's the bottom side there. I'm not gonna try to wipe that down. We'll deal with that later. But I'm very pleased with, this is being just run-of-the-mill 2x4 material from Home Depot, even though we didn't have any clamps. By using a lot of glue, that helps to fill the voids quite a bit. And I don't see too many cracks, a couple right there, but overall it's going to be really good. You know, one thing we can do in the future, I'll show you what, after, if it concerns you, well, we're gonna hand plane this tomorrow, once it's all dry. The glue dry. The glue pretty well set up pretty good in about an hour or so, but I'd leave it for 24 hours. Just leave it well enough alone and don't bother it, and then it'll be ready for you. But what we can do is we can take a mix. If you wanted to use a belt sander on this, you could do that. If you have a belt sander, that'd be a good way to smooth this out. I'm going to use a hand plane, so we'll hand plane it down. But if you do use a belt sander, you can take some of the sawdust that collects in the bag and you can mix it in with a slurry of glue, and you, with a little putty knife, you can press it into cracks, and that will fill those up really, really nice. But I think because we took the time to hand select our boards and had everything ready, and we've got seven good all threads through there, it's holding really tight. It turned out better than I was even expecting. Got a few knot holes in there, but boy, that is going to be that's a lifetime workbench right there. And that is exactly why you want to put something down on the floor before you glue up, because that is a lot of glue. I know, here they come. You wasted glue every time. I would imagine the guy that said I wasted glue is a guy that's never used glue before. If you can do it better, I invite you to upload your video and show us, because I would like to learn, because I don't know of a better way, but that's the way it is. Well, I'm afraid it's about all the time we have for today. It's about all I want to do today. I'm all stressed out after. That's the hardest thing I've done in a month. But it's done now. I think it's going to turn out really great. So I hope you guys have a good Friday. Now don't forget, the Sabbath starts tonight at sunset, Friday evening, and I invite you guys to join us. We keep the Sabbath, and that for us is that's family time. We don't do any work from sunset to sunset. And it'll be a great blessing to you. It's something that the kids look forward to, no chores. Mrs. W makes a good effort of having our favorite meal or a special meal or maybe a dessert, you know, that you treat yourself to once a week. And even if you're not of the faith, it's a great custom and a great habit to get into, and who knows where it'll lead. So happy Sabbath to all you who are keepers, and keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. We'll see you guys on the next video.